You look at the work that we do, a lot of that is about how do we create the conditions for people to say what they really think, knowing others are genuinely listening. Because I think that doesn't happen very often. And in my work, and I talk about Nancy Kline and her thinking environment approach, it's how can I listen and be willing to hear things that are really uncomfortable so that we get to the edge of our thinking and beyond and something new can emerge. And I think your work is not dissimilar.
No, absolutely. I guess I'd have to say truthfully that I bastardize some of Nancy's work and use it for my own intention, but in the spirit of really helping who's in front of me, my clients. What's astonishing is that if you bring people together long enough and put them into conditions in which a conversation can really happen, and conversation of the nature that you're describing, when you do that, ultimately people say, oh my God, all we really need here is to be more human. And I hear that over and over again of people waking up to the quality of sensitivity and compassion and awareness and acceptance of others and seeing things truthfully, not being afraid to look at what's actually going on here. You bring people into that space and remarkable things can happen. And at the same time, I've said this to you before, every year I get my heart broken because you're working in this complex system. You've done a lot of work that moves people in the direction that they need, want to go to be more helpful. And then a chief exec who's sponsoring the work gets fired. And so you just keep going, right? You just keep trying to do the right thing for the right people. And the right people is always everybody, right?
I've seen that happen many times, but I would hope that the process that we leave people with makes a difference in that they can still go into other conversations and listen that bit longer and ask more questions and be more drivingly interested in what someone thinks than they are concerned about being proved wrong. You know, what do you really think? Can I really understand your position and why you think that, and perhaps why something matters to you so much that we can start to relate. And as you said, have that human to human interaction, because one of the other things we see, and whether that's been on the streets since Southport or just more generally, is that othering, where we dehumanize. We see that in politics. We see that, as I say, on the streets with the riots that we've had recently. And I think, as you say, that point about how can we have that human to human interaction and relationship